Welcome, friends. In continuity to the previous class about history of social work, today we are going to discuss about the history of social work, particularly in India. Or we can say it in other words that what has been the different stages of development of social work that could be studied in different periods of community life, period of charity, of religious reforms, and of the present that is about the professional training and organization period. So, here I would like to focus on the history of social work in India during Hindu period, Muslim period, British period, and what development took place in the social work after independence. We all know that India has a long tradition of social service, and the responsibility of assisting the individual, particularly in need, was actually shared by the community and the rulers. Devotion and service towards one's fellow men, love for charity and brotherhood, these all existed even in the feudal times. We all know that, according to Bhagavad Gita, charity is valid if it takes into account desh, that's the place, kal, time, and the patra, that is the recipient. And the form of charity were arth, money, vidya, education, and abhay, that is the courage. And religious institutions like temples, dharmashalas, and mats, they became the centers of social service. And in providing social service, they provided shelter and free kitchens at the topmost to the poor. Thus, one can say that religion emphasized the value of charity, of philanthropy, and of mutual help. Now, coming to the Hindu period, here Kautilya needs a special mention. Why? Because in his Arthashastra, he has mentioned that the responsibility for the care of the poor, of the aged, of the infirm, and many more was actually taken by the king. There has also been a mention about workshops that were being set up for the economically handicapped people. The kings and the chiefs also provided free kitchens during the famine and shelter to the homeless. So, the main source of this welfare activity was joint family, was the caste system and the village panchayats. Not only the services, but they also provided a mechanism which would meet the needs of the sick, of the aged, of the handicapped members of the community. So we can say in the Hindu period, the king took the responsibility of social services, and through number of programs and through the family system, through the caste system, and through the village panchayat system, a help was provided to the people who were in need or to the people who were handicapped in one or the other form. Now, moving to the Muslim period, especially I'll be talking about Mughal period, social institutions underwent changes. And now what happened? State took some of the share of responsibility of providing welfare services to the population. And in this connection, the names of Sher Shah Suri and Akbar needs a special mention. There was also a system of zakat, which meant payment of one-fifth of the one's income for charity. So there were also arrangements for the supervision of charities by the rulers. So this was the major change, or we can say development, which took place during Muslim period. Now moving on to British period, a major change took place, and that major change was the impact of education and of economic changes and the efforts by the Christian missionaries and many of Indian social and religious reformers. Reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who founded Brahma Samaj, Justice Rana Day, Dayanand Saraswati, Vivekanand, they all fought for primarily for equality of rights for women education, and for the abolition of institutions like untouchability, sati pratha, child marriages, and restrictions on widow remarriages. Besides, during British period, with the appearance of Mahatma Gandhi on Indian public scene in 1920, the gulf between the social reformers and of critical rebels was bridged. The foundations of voluntary work has already been laid, and Gandhiji helped in setting up of Harijan Sevak Sangh and particularly All India Village Industries Association at Sevagram, Varda, which was a part of a constructive program. It was also a movement for the economic betterment and improvement in the social life of the people. So during British period, a lot of changes took place in the field of social work. There was a sort of revolutionary change which took place. Besides, the first school of social work was also set up in Bombay in 1936, that is before independence. And it produced number of social workers with professional training. And it was possible to have a definite philosophy and techniques of social work which could be communicated through a professional terminology and a systematic training. So a major and a tremendous change was found during British period. Now, moving on to the history of social work in India after independence, I would like to talk about the development of social work during the independence period, and I would like to elaborate it so that things can be much more clear. In the present slide, I have written in certain points what happened next in the social work field after independence. So, the major part here is after independence, or we can say the partition of our country, our constitution, first of all, Indian constitution entrusted the responsibility of the welfare, particularly of social people, in terms of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, to the Ministry of Home Affairs at the center. Moving on, as a part of 5-year plan, a program of comprehensive social and economic development of rural life was taken in hand. Then, the Ministry of Education set up number of well-equipped institutions for the welfare of handicapped, deaf and dumb, and mentally retarded children in particular. Then there was a rapid progress of legislations on insurance, on social insurance, and for the welfare services of the working class. So, with these very initial efforts, social work tried to gain an importance in almost all the fields of life. Moving on, more and more social work schools were set up, which provided skill training to the students. Then even writers took initiatives to write books on social welfare in Indian conditions. And the prominent ones are like Dr. Paul Chaudhary. He has written a book named Social Welfare Administration. Then another book was History and Philosophy of Social Work by Professor A.K. Wadia. S.K. Khenduja has talked about social work in India. So these writers took up the challenge to write books on social welfare conditions. Voluntary and all India agencies were set up like Indian Red Cross Society, Harijan Sevak Sangh, then Kasturba Gandhi National Memorial Trust, women institutions, youth institutions, then institutions for aged, and lot more. Many new developments also took place in the field of social work. Like today, the term social welfare or social service has come to be used as a set of social services which is intended to meet the special needs of the people because of their social or economic or mental handicaps, or they are unable to make use of the services in the community and are denied the use of such rights. Further, most recent development which also took place was through preventive and treatment services. That is, along with treatment and preventive services, promotive services were also given to the people to boost their interest, to boost their internal strength, their aspirations, their coping mechanisms. In this way, rapid development took place in the field of social work. To conclude, I would like to say that the traditions of social work have been long embedded in the whole structure of our Indian society. And without any concept of social work or social worker, people who were able to work has actually worked. Remember that the present form of social work has been the result of the moral experience of humanity through centuries. That is, whatever the tools or the techniques which we use today has been supplied by moral experience of people working through centuries. The form has been changed, and social work is on a continuous path of development, but the history has been backed by a lot of people who have continuously worked for the betterment of our society. Whether we talk about the period of Hindus or Muslims or the Britishers or what happened after independence. I think with this small presentation, the concept of history of social work in India is quite clear. If somewhere you are not able to get to the points, please do write to me. Send your feedbacks so that I can solve your queries. I'm waiting for you and your feedbacks. Stay home, stay safe, and stay some time in greenery. Thank you.